Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about a YouTuber who is not the brightest tool in the shed, to put it lightly. And we have a good amount of stories to tell and incidents to talk about. So yeah, let's dive in. So there was this YouTuber called Tile_Raccoon, who I have called out a couple times before, believe it or not. It was away from the internet though, at least as far as I'm aware. Now, why did I say that? Like, why did I say in IRL? Well, it's because he's my brother in real life. And we're in the same house together, obviously. However, it's time I finally talk about this, so we'll start with what eventually led up to me finally making this video. So, on the same day I'm writing the script, on Monday, September 8th, 2025, there was a minor but still well-poignant incident with me and him. So, he was watching a YouTuber that I also regularly watch on the TV, and the YouTuber we were watching says somewhere along the lines of, I'm also active on all platforms. I'm active on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. And I'm still a YouTuber. It doesn't matter like if I'm on all platforms. He almost said it like he was apologizing for being on other platforms. So I went, it's fine, man. We don't care what platform you're on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And besides, it's fine if you're on all platforms. Why are you saying it like you're apologizing for being on all platforms? It's fine. And then my blog said this: stop being rude. He didn't say it in those exact words. You can probably picture the colorful words he actually said there. But he basically just said stop being rude. So, and then I go, how is that being rude? How am I being rude? And he said, and then he goes, you are. Like, dude, not only that you're saying that somehow that's rude, even though it's not rude at all, but not only that, you couldn't even give me an answer. You just said, oh, you just are. You are just rude. You are being rude. Like, dude, if you're gonna try to spout out something like that, at least give me an actual reason instead of just saying that. So why did you feel the need to do that? Just why did you feel the need to do that in the first place? Is it because I'm the little one that you think you can just mess around with me like that? And push me around and treat me like I'm your little robot when you need a drink or something? Well, I am not. Sure, I am skinny. I am weak. I can't lift up stuff that Dad or you probably could. I couldn't lift a milk jug until I was, I think, 12. Or something. But I'm not strong. I'm strong in other ways, too. I might not be strong in some of those ways, but I am strong in other ways. And I'm not just someone you can push around and be your quote-unquote doll that you have yelled at before when I called you out for being a piece of trash. Just recently, you yelled at your game, and I eventually called you out on it. In fact, I've called you up and made fun of you a lot. You're like the real-life cliche of a Discord moderator or a Reddit user. Especially for another thing I'll talk about later. But first, more about your anger issues. It has been a thing for ages. Yeah, I've yelled at your games. You got irritated for nearly every minor inconvenience. Like whenever YouTube does like the most minor glitch ever, you're always yelling at it. Things like that. And that's the thing about you. You never change. No effort to change, even when your dad has yelled at you and called you out about it. It's like it goes through your ear and right out the other. You don't listen. And you don't listen. You're always like, oh, I'm sorry, over and over again. And yet, no change. Sure, some days you're fine. Some days are fine. Days are nice, and, you know, it's fine and everything. We even bond a little, you know? Brotherly bond, right? Brotherly bond, am I right? You are nice sometimes, but all times you are just kind of a butthole, to put it nicely. You have gotten Dad and even Birth Mom to yell at you and called you out before. And no matter how much I hate when they yell, and it makes me basically shut down, I agree with them. They are right. Yes, it is affecting me, but that is because of my possible autism. But we don't talk about that right now. And no matter how much I freaking hate them arguing and everything and yelling at you, I agree with them. It's the obvious thing. But yeah, I always hate it when it basically makes me shut down, but I agree with them. They are right, and they do mean well. They are just calling out the obvious, that you need to change your attitude. Me and practically everyone in this house also agrees. This has been a thing for ages with you. I was just too young to speak about back then. But now here I am calling you out on a YouTube video. Oh, and another thing, no is never the answer for you. Whenever I'm always telling you no, for example, wanting a sip of a drink, of the drink that I got you, and or you got it for yourself, and I'd be like, no, and I'd be like, no, I don't really want your, I don't want a sip, I'm good. And you're always like, please, 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 I will die, I will really die if you don't have a sip of my drink. Like, what? And just eventually, and I either A, I just eventually give up, like, I just eventually give up and drink it, or B, he eventually gives up. And just he would just eventually give up. Like, dude, I said no, that's the answer. This also goes back to the fact you never listen to me. Not me, not dad, not mom, not both of the moms. When it's something you don't like. Especially when it's like something you don't like. When I say no to you for wanting a sip of a drink, you don't like that answer, so you try to get me to eventually give up and just take it. Same thing when Ty calls you out. You're so delusional with saying stuff like, "Oh, I didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about," or "You're over dramatic" or some stuff like that. Knowing darn well you do those things. You're probably gonna do the same thing in this video, or say, "I'm sorry," and hug me, and then whatever, and then eventually go back to your old ways. I guarantee you that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna say, "Come in my room," out of nowhere, and you're gonna say, "I'm sorry," or whatever, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I forgive you. Yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you." Putting on the mask and be like, "Yeah, yep, it's fine." Putting on the mask. Oh God, my brother's coming in, but I'll put on the happy mask and be like, "Oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yep, I forgive you. Yep, it's fine. It's fine." We just push it under the rug. We're not pushing it under the rug. But okay, now let's talk about another issue. You're always like, "Oh, I'm chubby." Okay, sorry, that part made me kind of chuckle. But it's like, you'd be like, always like, "Oh, I'm chubby. Oh, but I'm working out. I'm using weight. I'm going out more, and I've only really seen you take the dog for a walk sometimes. Maybe walk down to the gas station or come with the rest of the family to places. But when you come back from the gas station or taking the dog out, hell, especially when you go to the gas station, you come back so tired. It's not even funny. Even though it was only from the gas station and back. And when you do go somewhere together, you're always sitting down after we walk a tiny bit. You're definitely, I guess, partly like the cliche of a Reddit person and Discord moderator. And not only that, you always say the most brainwashed terms, acting like the most brainwashed chronically online user, seemingly just to mess with me. Because I'm the littlest one. I'm the littlest one. I could tease him because he's my little brother. Well, like I said before, I'm not someone you can constantly mess around and annoy me all the time. I'm not a quote-unquote doll you can mess around with. And I'm done pretending to move on. Oh yeah, I forgive you. Well, you know, what would make me truly forgive you? For you to actually change. And make an effort to change. I'm done putting on this invisible mask, acting like I forgive you, and it's all sunshine and rainbows. Oh yeah, it's all sunshine and rainbows. It's fine. It's okay. Well, I can't say that over and over again, especially when you don't frickin' change. But yeah, when in reality, I just wish you would just stop and change. Get your attitude in check, I guess. There was so much proof of you doing all this. Hell, all of us in the room already know, and that's more than enough proof by itself. Yeah, you know, me probably having to search for screenshots because some people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just calling out your brother because this you're guy. You're just mad because your brother's better than you," or some garbage like that. I don't know. But I really don't really need to put any screenshot proof because the entire house and the entire family already knows. It's just not public on YouTube. Because why would we make it public on YouTube? I'm only doing a video on it and making it public on YouTube because I want people to see how brainless you are. And I just want to make fun of you. That is literally all. But yeah, I really don't really have to search for screenshots or any proof of this because the whole family already knows. The entire family. I'm pretty sure even my dad already knows that this script was being made and that the script was done and I was about to make the video. Even my dad knew. And I think he knows I make content, but he doesn't really know what kind of content I make most of the time. or he doesn't really know like what goes in the videos. And I think he even saw the script. I can't confirm, but my mom, my other mom, did ask me if he wanted me to have Dad see the script, and I was like, okay, sure. Whether the dad actually saw the script, I don't know, but I think he did. And if so, that is even crazy. That just shows you that. But before we end this video, I have another thing I need to add that just happened the evening after I got done writing about the script, writing the script. Because there was an incident that happened like sometime during the evening. I think it was around like 11 or so. I don't know. I don't really know what time exactly. But it was like a little bit after we had. It was like pretty much a good chunk after we had dinner and everything. The incident came back after the YouTuber popped up on my feed again. I said, sorry that the rest of the videos gonna be black from now on. Just go with it. I didn't have enough recording for this script because the script is actually like a really long script. So basically, me and my brother just had to talk about the first topic in this video again, the whole YouTuber thing. And he was defending himself, defending it, saying, oh, the YouTuber was saying it because he was doing something he didn't like. You didn't know the full story. And I said, my point still stands that he didn't really need to apologize for it. I said that, and you got all mad about it. And he said, you gotta say more, you're gonna say more. And I said, nope, we're done. And then he put like Trying the App Challenge. He put like a few Trying the App Challenge videos to lighten the mood. Absolute insanity. And then my mom said something, quote, quite personal that I will not be putting on here. But it's to do with something she's experienced, basically, comparing my brother's brainless attitude to someone she knew. I would not be going more further into that because it's quite personal. I don't think she'd want that personal stuff on YouTube. Anywho, guys, that's about all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and, yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Can't wait to see where this goes. Bye, guys.